Queen Brianna Blackmore has entered.
Soot! That's your ma!
Oh my god, that is my mom.
And then Talia goes into a trance to access her Airy token.
There's like a creature that's like right here in front of the and it's a black dragonborn fetus.
And then she goes, and then in his ear, she just goes, how do you know my real name? Selene Blackmore. I know you're lying to me. You wrote it in the letter.
I'm so desperate to get to the bottom of this.
I have a lot of questions for you.
She turns to Fila, and then unspoken, they just kind of stare at each other for a second. And you can tell they're having, much as you guys are, some sort of connection.
And I just... Rasmorn just takes a deep breath and says, in Draconic, he says to her, I mean you no harm. I just need to know.
Lady Fila turns and says, with more confidence, I think, give me an insight check, see how well you pick up on specifics.
18
Oh, nice.
plus 5, 23. Thank Christ.
Good.
There is a,
There
there is a notable difference in when you first came up and were like, who are you? And she was like, oh, I have to wait for the Queen to give me permission to talk, sort of thing. And like, oh, am I? No, I don't know. And then after whatever just happened between them psychically, she turns with the confidence of the Queen and says, there will be a time to talk, and talk I'm very happy to do, but we cannot make a scene here, all in Draconic.
And he just nods and takes a step back.
Do you happen to know where Selene Blackmore is? That was from Lady Fila.
I say...
Before he can say anything, Naz turns to Queen Blackmore and goes,
Yeah, because you would have heard Selene Blackmore, right?
yeah. And she goes, look, I can get a private chat with your daughter, but when I'm back in Gurdon, what's he asking for? Like some kind of like official paperwork, basically. Then I want to be coming to the castle and having another chat.
Have you seen her?
I have indeed. In fact, I know exactly where she is.
Wonderful.
Well, possibly we could make a little bit of a deal.
Like a reward?
Well, not a reward, but like more official status for the Black Coin or something.
You have a deal.
Oh.
The Black Coin operates from back streets, from the docks. I want to be operating from the main street at a promenade.
How do you feel about that?
Counter proposal. You tell me where my daughter is and I don't hang you for treason.
Oh, your Highness. You're not going to do that in front of a whole lot of dragons, are you?
Did you just call me your anus?
No, I said your Highness. Like your Royal Highness.
We can talk about this in more private circumstances, but yes, if you get my daughter back to me safely, you have a deal.
Okay.
Owen, we get over to Owen, he goes, what's going on over there? Who are the new people?
Oh, Naz is always making friends. You know, I haven't danced
They
properly
don't look
today.
friendly. This is a very tense situation.
She just sort of waves a hand and she says, I wouldn't worry.
Naz toddles away from Queen Brianna and goes and... does he know that sits under the table?
I think she rolled well enough. Well,
Okay,
hero
well
point,
then-
like
then
she disappeared from
Naz
where
does
all
not
of
do
you.
that.
You know, she's somewhere in
The room.
in the room.
Naz very honestly and earnestly says through the mind meld to Soot, hey Soot, you might want to think about breaking out of your cage.
I've been doing just fine. Gotta be damn.
No response.
No response, okay.
You know, I was dancing before with Rasmorn, but I wouldn't say he's light on his feet. Would you mind?
And I would be grateful to have the opportunity.
What a gentleman. Okay.
You can feel that he's like, oh, finally, I've got a break in with this woman, sort of thing. And he takes your hand and starts to dance. He's a very good dancer. You are entertaining him in that respect. Are you trying to get anything out of him while you're dancing, while you're talking? Are you trying to just gauge who he is, what he is, what he's doing?
I think she's trying to understand his, like, obviously his connection to the Queen. Understand
don't think he has any connection.
Well, he knew her name.
Well, he knew who she was.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
In the letter
he
he
knew
said.
Celine's name,
Oh, he
and
knew
the whole
Celine's name,
spell.
of course,
I forget
of course.
why
Yeah,
he would know her
yeah,
name
yeah.
and know who she was. So
Yes,
there's
of
got to be
course.
some connection there. So trying to figure out that connection and his stakes in this. It's very unclear.
As they're doing this, because I've kind of got a bit of an okay with them, it kind of relaxes me, and I quickly search for Talia again because I'm still like that Owen prick.
Your brain is like two directions.
Like that was the only thing that could have possibly drawn me away from Owen was that I was like, dragons!
Almost like I put Owen arrives and the Queen arrives right after each other in my notes for that reason, because I knew you'd be like, what the f***?
Yeah. So now that I'm kind of okay with that, I was going to talk about Selene, but I'm like, you know what, f*** this, and I find them on the dance floor and just watch very closely.
I think she would be asking him. She's flattery, I imagine, is quite usul. So she says, "It's so impressive that you have a connection to Tyrellian. There aren't that many mortals that would be able to achieve a relationship of that nature. How did you?"
Give me a
Persuasion plus 11.
Yeah,
Yes,
give me a
Talia.
persuasion.
13 plus 11.
Okay. Master meets master. He buys it. Very close though. He got it would be a 21. 13 plus 11 would be a 24. So yeah, just. So he doesn't. I think his willingness to, he's wanting to believe that he's finally managed to break in with
Just
Talia.
like suddenly, like
And
this. Yeah.
I'll say anything in order to get you on my side.
Yeah, and you love women just generally in their
Oh
rights.
yeah, respect them. Oh my God. So he's like, okay, yeah, finally, we'll go with it. No, don't look a gift horse in the mouth, sort of thing. And so he's succumbing to some of that flattery. And he says, I'm quite pleased with myself, to be honest. It may well lead to the death of me if Tyrellian ever gets wind that I've been manipulating him, but
In what way?
what do you mean?
How would you manipulate him?
I've been manipulating him with the illusion magic of his sexy dragon friend.
Of course, yes, but to what end again? I don't know.
Well, so that I can have free reign of Wanda Schmagenrog. There's not many folk at all, let alone humans, that can manipulate, that can go travel the ranges of Schmagenrog.
And Schmargenrog is so dangerous and exciting. I don't know how you do it. What is it that draws you there?
The danger and the excitement. And he pulls you closer into his hip. And
She's
he
like,
spins
oh,
around.
this guy's a liar.
At that moment, yes.
I don't even know if this is possible, but Nez toddles away from Queen Brianna. Can I do an Arcana check to see if through the mind meld I can find which table sits under?
Yeah, sure. You can try and do a little investigation.
Oh my God, 6 plus 9 though, 15.
Okay, with an investigation, you're looking around. I'll say because you used a hero point to hide, it's really up to you as a player, like whether you feel like he would find you or not.
I think maybe Soot, as she's kind of like, because she's scrambling, right? So she's like trying to put armor on and stuff like that. And so I think you find the original table that she was under, but she's moved.
You got like corpse bits.
So it's now
just,
it's like,
under the thing. You're
just like a
okay.
chase. Kind of.
Yeah, you're like okay, she wasn't
Nez
here.
just sits under that table and starts a DM, kind of breaks from these two and goes, "What do you want, Soots?"
I want to stay with you guys.
What? No, that's great. And I love that from you, but what do you want?
I want to stay. I want to stay. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go with them. I want to stay out here. I want to stay out here with you guys. Don't make me go with them, Nez.
You don't need it. I ain't gonna make you go with them. Trust me, I ain't sending you out there.
Also, because I'm still standing there and I'm watching Owen, but because I saw Naz making these deals with the Queen, and I was like, F you, Naz. When he walks away, I just say to the Queen, I say, Queen, just so you know, your daughter is safe. We've been protecting her. Do not trust Naz.
I don't.
Good.
I've only allowed her to stay with this black coin for so long because you have been protecting her, Rasborn. Oh yeah, she's like the king and queen have
Like,
all the
knew
resources.
about
They
you.
know where she's been the entire time.
exactly.
They were just like, she needs to find herself. If we drag her home now, it's too much. But then she's cried on her this one time, and she's like, she's in the Darklands. This is going too far.
Yeah,
She's going to
yeah.
get herself killed. I'm putting her into it. And the king, just behind the scenes, sort of look behind the curtain. The king was like, we don't know, leave her to do it. We've said that we'd leave her to go no matter what, even if it kills. I'm not going to let my daughter die. And then she came.
Nez is still very conflicted, and he's kind of like pressing the point. He's like, I know you want to stay away, but what do you want?
I want to be free. I don't want to be forced to do things that I don't want to do. I want to be an adventurer like you guys. I want to be outside. I don't want to be a princess anymore. I don't want to be told what to do.
Nez kind of takes that on and just kind of gets out from the table he's under and just kind of sits at it, doesn't go back to
Talia, while they're dancing.
You're still with the queen, right?
Yeah.
While they're dancing, I think Talia, she angles for... I heard they made improvements to Storm Scar, but if I'm being completely honest, I've seen much better elsewhere. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it depends what the improvements were intended to do.
During this, Nez goes off into the Rotfang and back into the Rotfang.
So you start making your way across the dance floor towards the exit towards Rotfang. He says, it depends what the purpose of the renovations was. Maybe it's something that you don't necessarily see. At the same time, the queen says, turns to Mayawan and says, "Find her." And Mayawan starts to do a locate creature spell, which would immediately find you. But before she gets it off, you hear Slappy Jack say, in a strained, kind of awkward voice, announcing the arrival of several new guests, Gargoth the Horror and crew. And without being in humanoid form, nor in a mask, you see Gargoth the Horror, the leader of the Blackworm clan, who walks in as an undead dragon. This is actually much more of a representation of what he looks like. And he is flanked by several other dragons of similar-ish size, all undead. And it causes quite the stir.
I bet it does.
Yeah, because you don't mean to even announce a clan, let alone show up as a dragon.
There is an instant...
There's so much going on.
There's an instant kind of ripple of what the is happening throughout the thing. Can I get a perception check with disadvantage, please?
Nez is off.
All of us.
Nez is off having a
No,
moment.
he's coming back.
It was a 3 and then it was a 1.
Cool.
So 6.
Bro.
Also disadvantage perception check, please.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was very nearly a 1, but I rolled to a 19 and a 9. Perception, 18.
Okay, still very good. Total of what, sorry?
6.
6. You are halfway across the floor, like heading towards the Rotfang thing when Gargoth the Horror enters, so there's like a lot of commotion. What the
I use that as a
speed up, trying to head towards the Rotfangs. You, in this moment of commotion, you get jostled a little bit. You're looking towards the entrance. There's lots of people. You with an 18, although you're not by them because you're over by the Queen, you have been deliberately keeping an eye on Owen in this, and you saw Mayawan starting to cast something. You're like, they're going to locate her, and then there's an announcement of things. But in amongst that, with your 18, you also see that Owen slips out of her grasp, disappears into a crowd of other hustle and bustle people on the dance floor, and then disappears. He disappears.
That's amazing. You know, I was... Oh my God! Owen!
Where'd he go? Where's Owen?
He was right here.
What? You were meant to keep an eye on him.
We were dancing and he was saying all the right things and now he's gone.
There's a giant undead dragon, and there's Owen is gone. Something's happening. Something bad.
Sorry to interrupt, but I was just curious about what you think that Owen's vibe is generally. If I have to be honest, I think he's up to something. But that's what hot guys do in stories, right? They're always up to something. And I'm shipping him. Honestly, I don't know who I'm shipping him with. Who are you shipping him with?
He's not even sus.
He is a little bit sus.
He's not. He's totally innocent.
You gave him 2 different colored eyes, which is so romantic, which means that he's definitely sus. Yeah, let me know what your Owen theory is. Maybe he's a dragon, maybe he's not.
He's not a dragon!
I mean, it might be. Anyway, back to the game.
As Nez is still going, hopefully by now coming back, he DMs again to Soot and goes, Soot, stay where you are. Don't come out.
I'm going to kick off. I'm about to kick off.
Don't come out, Soot. Don't come out. Stay where you are. They can't find you.
I'm going to relay the slight defensiveness when I critiqued the renovations to the... He was very strange about that. Just he's gone.
And then you look around to look at him, and he's just not there.
But
you do see Mam Kelly approaching the front door where Gargoth is. He says, "Gargoth, this is inappropriate. We have a rule here at the party tonight." And he starts to have this discussion, and Gargoth's like, "I don't follow rules by you. I don't even know." And he says, Mam Kelly kind of puts his hand up and says, "Rules are the rules are rules. You are not you're not invited into Stormscar tonight unless you have And our ancestors will hold you to this, to the rules of Stormscar, as well you know, as one of the Dragon Lords. And that kind of pauses him, because he does know that the Dragon Lords do have to abide by certain rules of the ancestors. Like, magically, they have to abide by certain rules. Reluctantly, they look around. There's a real hush. The band has stopped playing.
Naz is still running.
You've continued. You've now made it to the exit to head towards the Rotfang area. And you're out of the hall.
I'm doing a thing in the Rotfang area, and then going to come back immediately.
I'm still armoring up.
Very quiet. And then Doldoth sort of says, "Very well, let's enjoy the party." And he shifts himself down into this humanoid form. He chooses to take this form of a black dragonborn, because he would never debase himself by being anything less than a black draconic at the very least. And he doesn't wear a mask. And he says, "And where is your mask?" He says, "This is my mask. I just put it on for you." Meaning, like, shape-shifting is a mask. Looks across at the others, and one by one, they all shapeshift into black dragonborns in very as intimidating armor and outfits as they can muster.
Is it far enough to say that Naz is coming back now?
You've done something in the Rotfang, as long as it's a nice
comes
quick
back
thing.
with he's straining, lifting something very, very heavy, and he's got a sheet over it. Essentially, I've found a sheet, and he goes, "Soots, pop your head out, try and find me."
I don't trust you.
Soots, do it! I swear to God, pop your head out, try and find me. There's something really heavy in his arm.
Trust him.
Do it, Soots, I swear. You can tell the same tone he had in his voice when you gave him the picture, the same tone is in his voice now.
Okay, she's gonna in her head, she's gonna message Talia and say, "What do I do? Naz is telling me to stick my head out. I'm hiding. I don't want to go with them, Talia. What do I do? What do I do?"
Oh no!
Sis, I don't have long. It's heavy.
Wait,
I've got something for you.
Is there any? He's looking for you. What is it?
He wants me to escape, or go with my mother. I don't know.
And what do you want to do?
Just to complicate things, because it's not enough happening already.
Yeah.
You hear your mother's voice in your head as she casts Sending, and says, "Selene, please see reason. I understand that what you're going through. I understand you need to find yourself. I'm sorry for what Aurelia did to you. I'm sorry for what... Isn't it Thorn? What Thorpe?
Quick, Soots.
Thorn.
I'm sorry for what Thorn and Aurelia did to you.
And at the same time, coming to his quick, Soots, we ain't gonna have long.
I need you to understand that we still love you and care for you, and you're in over your head. Please come home with me."
Naz is running round round the tables that he assumed.
Yeah, you're stumbling your way across.
Possibly, whether or not he runs past the table, you're under a little bit of black smoke is coming out from under the
box
thing he's holding.
You need to do what it is that you want to do, Sut.
Soots, please.
Mam Kelly jumps up onto the stage and says, "Quite a commotion. Shall we continue with the festivities for the night?" What are you doing?
Can't find you.
She's kind of gonna do a bit of both. You just hear from underneath a table like boom, 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 and then she's gonna just get out. She's trying to escape. She's overwhelmed, and she's just trying to
Table tips over.
Yeah,
We've got a princess in proper princess gown, but with the helmet on, and one spiky pauldron, and just a handful of bones in case you could animate them. You just grab the reins with the other one.
Just tears and terror, and it's a scared child, effectively trying to make a run for it.
And whether or not you're gonna, how much of I'll do a hero point.
You'll see her where she comes
She's presumably very near.
Very close.
I'll use my hero point. Naz has run out and used the mere seconds he has to tinker a donning contraption together.
Oh, okay.
He whips off a thing, and it's your armor, and he whips it at you. And it's Iron Man style, this contraption is made.
Give me a tinkering check, and I'll see how many scrap this costs.
On the back of a horse? That's cool!
11 plus 13. 20,
Hell yeah.
24.
You'll use, I'll say 5 scrap to do so. and you make a quick donning contraption, Iron Man style. He throws it out towards you on the back of this horse, and you see the suits, the different pauldrons and greaves, and slams into you.
As it's all
Hell yeah.
as it's all equipping to you, he again DMs to you, goes, "Don't let this armor be a shackle." So it's
My friends, family, and brethren, I wish to extend the most heartfelt of thanks for being here tonight. The hell is quite the commotion happening, it seems.
Part of the
Yes,
entertainment.
clink, 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 clink.
Yeah.
In days long gone, a time before our separate clans existed, the progenitors to us all came from deep in the planet below this very mountain. There's a few cheers and awkward, like, what's happening? He's just breaking into a speech in the middle of this. He's trying to distract things. You can tell that Mam Kelly, especially among the insightful of you, you can tell he's panicking and he's trying to grab the composure of the party and be like, let's just keep going.
Shrill, the horse is trying to like get out through the various people bucking.
You see the queen notice you. You can see Meowen reaches out and quickly casts something on the queen, and she starts moving towards you. She's already very fast as an elf.
Naz moves
but
towards
she's cast
the queen.
Long Strider on her, and she's got even faster speed. And
Naz
she's
moves
dipping
towards the
between.
queen and starts going,
Trying
"Hey, I wanted to talk about that."
Make an intercept check. Just roll a d20
While this
and
is
I'll
happening,
see.
Talia's
roll
obviously
contest.
lost Owen, and I think she looks for someone she knows like Rasmorn and tries to beeline over
Head
to
straight
Ras.
towards him. You were trying to intercept. What'd you get?
12.
Yeah.
To plus anything, no.
Just doesn't even bat you aside. Just glides around you, glides around you, and she's coming after. She's not even with long strider. She's not as fast as the horse. So she's like trying to cut you off as you're skirting the edge of the room.
Yeah.
He's just continuing. Back then, we were a single people, unified yet diverse. What?
I was just laughing at the speech continuing on.
Still going.
We had
You
the
don't
power
take
we
the
have now, but it could be found in each of us. You see, back in the day, we were all the same people. And then we started to divert into our various different clans. We started to focus on that which makes us different. And then, over an eon, our people started to segregate themselves, dividing and choosing characteristics and traits to heighten, while ignoring others that our gods had bequeathed to us. Can I get an insight check from anybody who's bothering to listen to?
Ned's just sitting on the floor now.
Am I listening?
Not necessarily bothering to listen to the. I'll just get an insight check and I'll tell you whether you.
11. She's still kind of like, what just
7
happened?
plus 5, 12.
12, 11, and.
Because my focus
four.
again is like after getting the like we'll talk later from Meowen and
Yeah.
Feeler, he's like great, and he's like Owen,
We've lost
where is it? And
There he is,
I-
and then disappears into the crowd.
yeah, I
What
kind
the
of
fuck?
beeline towards where
Yeah.
he was, just
Yeah, you're on
searching
in the
for
middle of the
him,
dance
yeah.
floor then. Despite the gifts of our natural birthright, our ancestors left this home and uprooted themselves from all that we were to become a differentiated, isolated, disparate group of creatures that hated one another. How did that happen? How did it seem like the better option?
Yeah.
People like, what the fuck
I'm
is the
making my
horse
way for
doing?
the door. I'm
You're
trying to
making
get
your way.
out.
Yeah, you're making your way for one of the further entrance away from where the queen is. There's some murmuring of disapproval from the crowd about what he's saying as well. And then when presented with the option to pursue natural relations with those we connected to, not only were we denied the right, not by divine will, mind you, by the arbitrary laws of our tyrant rulers, no, we were also hunted down and killed for the audacity of falling in love. The xenophobic, hateful creatures that we became destroyed one another. And you realize by his use of the word we, you realize he is obviously hybrid in some capacity.
Who is it that's speaking? Is it
Mam Kelly.
Oh,
The
yes.
guy in the purple suit that was kind of in charge of setting up the ball. For tens of thousands of years, we've been shunned and thought lesser of our hybrid brothers, sisters, and siblings. And why? For some misguided notion that to crossbreed is to lessen us? Once again, I remind you of our earliest people. We were once more, and we were strong for it. And where did the so-called strength of our division get us when Tyrellian the Slayer attacked? Did it save them from that half-breed? No. In the events of Tyrellian's massacre, if it taught us anything, it is that together we are stronger, and that only by putting aside our differences and reuniting as one people can we hope to regain the strength of our earliest ancestors. At this point, you've made it to one of the exits.
Yeah.
Make an insight check now.
Not good. 3.
Okay.
Is the queen
there is
still
a-
anywhere near me?
The what?
Is the queen anywhere near me
The
still?
queen, where you went off to
She pushed past me.
She's with Longstrider. She is
well gone. Okay.
She's like halfway across the dance floor towards where the exit that she's taking.
I've also cast Edgy Smoke.
Nice.
So the horse is bucking and like kicking people away and like.
Remind me what Edgy Smoke does. It gives them
people. I can choose as a bonus action one
it's,
creature within 60 feet that, and if they fail a Wisdom saving throw, they're frightened of me.
That's the I'm the scary one. The Edgy Smoke is the one that gives you half cover. All right. Oh shit.
Edgy.
So at this point, with that, your horse seems to trip on something. With your insight check, you didn't see what it was, and it was insight, not perception. There's something that trips the horse and bucks you. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, please.
Yes, for 1 minute, I have black smoke around me, and I'm in half cover.
Yes, so you get a +2 to your armor class.
What was that save, sorry?
A dexterity saving throw.
14.
14. Not quite enough. You tumble to the ground. You fall prone. You're not quite at the exit, but you're very close. And the
16?
Queen is starting to...
16.
Okay. I'll say you don't fall prone then. You don't take damage. You fall. It hurts for sure, but not enough to cause damage. Clang! You kind of tuck and roll and you're back up on your feet again and you're near the exit, but the Queen is now following. The horse has tripped. You know that you kind of look back. What was your insight? It was a 3 on the dice plus insight?
That's at 3.
Just 3?
Yeah.
You don't. You look back quickly to see. You don't see what what tripped the horse. The guy, Mam Kelly on stage continues. So, my family, I offer you the chance.
Nez gets up and starts moving in that direction. As well.
Heading towards the Queen?
Yeah, not towards the...
Towards Soot.
Towards Soot and the Queen, yeah.
I offer you the chance. Who will join me in swearing off these ridiculous notions of separate clans? Who will stand with me in the unification of our people once more? And he looks around to see maybe like half a dozen or so people like tentatively put their hands in the air. Maybe a couple of them are like, yeah, unify! People are really... some people are keen, a lot of people aren't. I'll have a perception check from each of you. Well, maybe not you because you're
I'm
busy.
scrambling around.
I'm not perceptive enough as well because as I'm running over, he's got his hands in his pockets. He's doing
22.
things.
22 and
22.
Cool. With a 22 each, you notice that the people who raise their hands in the air, the servants of the party with the technicolor coats and the featureless masks, they each get some sort of spray bottle out and they just a thin spray across the back of the people who agreed with him.
I was getting some bad vibes during that speech.
They spray something across the back of him, of the people who agreed.
What is that?
Nice. Some good points.
Those of you who think that we are less
Very eloquent.
than you,
Very eloquent.
purely because we are
Charismatic, like it might
I
be
believe
used
you
against
have
someone
made yourself
sometime,
known, and today
someday.
is the
Am I
promised
sensing a
day.
tonal shift?
Yeah, no, there's a big tonal shift happening.
Revenge!
Oh, damn it is.
Wait, is this a bad guy speech?
Oh, he's a fascist!
Oh my god, this is a big fascist bad guy speech.
And then slip the thing back into their pockets again. The thing that you all missed with low insight checks before was that each of the prismatic servants, each of the Technicolor servants have sort of moved to make sure that they are close to all of the other people. All of the guests have at least one servant near them.
Ooh, yuck.
He looks around, he sees a few...
Yeah, it feels really
He sees a few fist pumps, he hears a few standing ovations and stuff, but the majority of people remain silent or even boo and heckle him. Get off the stage, you filthy half-breed lover!
Wait,
Well,
Owen's friends with
perhaps I misread the room then. I would have hoped that more of you would have seen reason. But don't let me ruin the night. You should enjoy it as though it was your last. In fact, that reminds me. It is my greatest pleasure to introduce the guest of honor tonight. Please welcome my half-brother, Tyrolean the Slayer!
Oh, it's Tyrellian.
Oh god. Oh,
Damn you, Owen!
oh god. Shit's gonna kick off, guys.
Son of a
Shit's
bitch.
gonna kick off.
I knew it! I knew it!
no.
If I had better insight, I would have known it earlier. I knew it!
And with that, boom! 12 explosions happen as each of the servants brings out a detonator and explodes the entranceways with the newly freshly renovated stonework around it, hiding the explosives that you didn't see was delivered in the crates. The explosions that were now hidden in the walls trap everyone in here, all but one entrance, which is the entrance right behind the guy on stage with the big ass thing. And all of the servants drop their detonators. They shift back into their true forms, which is that of the young prismatics, like the one that you saw in the prison cell. And there are 60 servants and only 50 guests. He deliberately outnumbered them for this reason. These young prismatic dragons, none of them mutants like the original early mistakes like Banksa. These ones he's perfected over 46,000 different iterations, and they are all working for him blindly. They turn into their prismatic selves, release breath weapons, which you can tell are a mixture of all 5 different breath weapons in one, on all of the guests, deliberately avoiding the ones that they sprayed with the particular pheromones and such to avoid. And then they bolt for the exits, and they just gather at the sides of the wall, as you see coming through the front entrance, blocking the entrance.
What's that,
Tyrellian
T-dog?
the Fierce.
Talia looks at Raz, I think, and then who has control over Tyrellian? Or has influence over Tyrellian?
Who indeed? And that is where we're going to pick up tomorrow.
Jesus Christ.
Jeepers creepers.
Ay, 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 ay. Well, that was lots.
I reckon we'll get out of this situation pretty easy.
Enjoy my brother. He's the life of the party.
And you see Gargoth, the most powerful existing dragon outside of Tyrellian, and he launches himself at Tyrellian.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is scary, but this is impressive to watch.
It's huge.
This seems like dragon business.
Seems like a you thing.
Is that rubble? Can we get that shifted or?
But now that he knows about Dawn Scales, he must be stopped. His lab must be destroyed. I take it you know where it is.
We do.
Thanks so much for watching this episode, guys. Remember to leave your Owen fan theories underneath, not for any purpose but for me to read them. And then if you want to find out more about the next episode, it's actually available right now on vivaplus.tv. So if you click the link, you'll be able to see what happens specifically with Owen, right?
He's not a dragon.
He might be a dragon. I think he might be a dragon. Thanks.